I never thought something like this could happen in my small, quiet town. But one summer afternoon, when I was just 19 years old, I realized how quickly an ordinary day can turn into pure chaos. At that time, I had a beautiful Australian Kelpie named Sophie. She was my pride and joy, full of energy, intelligence, and loyalty. My 6-year-old younger brother adored her, and she adored him back. Every day after school, I would take Sophie with me to pick him up. It became our little routine, the three of us walking together, then stopping by a small family restaurant near the pharmacy where my dad worked. The owners of that restaurant knew us well. They loved Sophie so much they often spoiled her with little treats, a piece of toffee, sometimes even a small cup of vanilla ice cream. Sophie, polite as ever, would wag her tail and accept their gifts as if she were royalty. On that particular day, my brother had a shorter school schedule, so we arrived at the restaurant earlier than usual, right after the lunch rush. I tied Sophie to one of the outside tables just as I always did and went inside with my brother to order food. Everyone there knew us. Sophie wasn't aggressive, and the staff adored her. I had barely started my order when one of the waitresses gasped and pointed toward the window. My heart skipped a beat. I turned around and froze. A heavy-set woman was bending down, tugging at Sophie's leash. One hand gripped the leash, the other reached for her collar. She was trying to take my dog. Adrenaline shot through me. Without thinking, I stormed toward the door and pushed it open so hard the glass rattled. My chest was pounding. "What the hell do you think you're doing with my dog?" I shouted. The woman straightened up, her face calm, almost sweet, as if she hadn't just been caught red-handed. "Oh, I was going to take her home," she said in a syrupy voice. "She looks neglected. She deserves better." My blood boiled. Sophie barked once, straining to move away from the stranger. "Take your hands off my dog before I call the police," I roared. I'm a big guy, 6'1", about 275 pounds, and I know how I look when I'm angry. She flinched, but instead of backing down, she doubled down. "You clearly don't care about her, leaving her tied up in the sun like that. She's too good for you. My children deserve a sweet dog like her." Her audacity stunned me. She had been caught attempting theft, yet she still tried to justify it. I tightened my grip on Sophie's leash and stepped closer, towering over her. Sophie immediately ducked behind my legs, trembling but trusting me. "You're insane," I said through clenched teeth. "She's got water, she's in the shade, and I was inside for less than a minute. You don't get to walk up and decide my dog is yours." But then something she said made my stomach turn. "She's always so friendly when you bring her here. I've seen you with her many times."
That's when I realized this wasn't some random spur-of-the-moment act. She had been watching us, observing, waiting. She knew our routine, knew where we sat, knew Sophie's behavior. It felt calculated, and that terrified me. Trying to stay calm, I said, "You don't know this breed. Kelpies were bred to herd cattle. They nip at heels, they need constant work. They're not playthings for children." That part was technically true, though Sophie herself had always been gentle with kids. But I wasn't about to let this woman think she could just take her. "Stop lying," she hissed. "She's perfect. She belongs with me, not you." By this point, some of the staff had gathered by the door, watching. One of them had already called the restaurant's owner. He came storming out, his normally calm face hardened with anger I'd never seen before. "Is there a problem here?" he asked, his voice low and steady. "This is my dog," the woman snapped, pointing at Sophie. "He stole her from me." The owner raised an eyebrow. "Nice try. I've known that dog since she was a puppy. I've seen this young man bring her here for years. We even have security cameras outside. Do you really want me to pull the footage?" For the first time, the woman faltered. Her bravado slipped, but she still refused to leave quietly. "You can't ban me. You don't have the right." "Oh, I can," the owner replied coldly. "I'm the owner, and I'm also head of the local council. Leave now, or I'll make sure the whole town knows what you just tried to do." Her face turned red. She muttered something under her breath, then finally stormed off, shouting, "This isn't over!" But it was over. At least for us. The owner ushered me, my brother, and Sophie inside, where we waited until it was safe. My heart was still pounding, but Sophie pressed close against me and my brother, her tail wagging weakly, as if to reassure us she was okay. That woman never came back. Word spread quickly in our small community. She was banned not only from the restaurant, but from several other local businesses. Eventually, people stopped dealing with her altogether. Within a year, she moved away, leaving behind nothing but bad memories. Looking back now, I realize how lucky I was that day. Lucky I came outside in time. Lucky Sophie wasn't taken. Lucky I had a community that stood behind me. And if there's one thing I learned, it's this: never, ever leave your pet unattended, even for a minute. You never know when someone might be watching, waiting for the chance to take what isn't theirs. Sophie is 16 now, gray around the muzzle and slower on her feet, but she's still my girl. And every time I see her, I remember that day, the day a stranger thought she could steal my dog, and how close I came to losing her forever.